Hello and welcome to this Native Instruments tutorial video with me, Joe Rossiter. In this beginner's guide to techno production, I'm going to use Polyplex, a reactor or reactor player based drum machine, as a quick start techno scratchpad. I'll show you just how easy it is to lay down dance floor ready techno beats on the fly, from complete randomization all the way through to microscopic tweaks, all perfectly customized for this 4 to the floor underground genre. If you don't already own Polyplex and want to download the demo, just click the cue card at the top right of the screen. So let's get started. I've laid down this basic MIDI pattern to trigger Polyplex. There's a typical kick on every beat of the bar, an open hi-hat on the offbeat, close hats between, and other hits dispersed throughout the groove. Before I generate some layered techno beats on the fly, I'll quickly break down the instrument's basic operation. You can flick through snapshots, which are the bundled ready-made kits. Clicking a pad triggers it, and a selected pad's editable parameters populate the section below. You can click a pad's header to edit the sound without playing it. Up in this strip here, you can manipulate settings globally for the entire kit, including velocity response, tuning, decay and volume, amongst other things. Click a pad's turquoise light to solo it, or click its red light to mute it. And you can level, pan, tune and shape a sound here within its strip. Anyway, that's enough of the basics. It's time to build a bespoke kit. Layering drums is a great way to build weighty, punchy and characterful beats, synonymous with techno and other hard-hitting electronic genres. Polyplex facilitates an insanely fast workflow for layering beats. Each of the 8 Polyplex sounds is made up of up to 4 sample layers. I'll just solo this kick drum so you can hear what I'm doing. Each horizontal row here represents editable parameters for each of the 4 sample layers. I can move these samples sliders to select one of the 127 samples per layer. And I can switch type and subtype to change categories. Each sample layer's pitch, start point, pan and volume can also be adjusted here. You can flip to this tab to tweak each layer's amplitude envelope. And over in this tab, you can adjust EQ settings for each layer. Moving on, Polyplex's customizable randomizing features are useful when you want to generate inspiring drum layer combinations quickly. And what's good about this is that I can stumble across unique layered drums in an unplanned way, but then easily refine and control the process. You can see a rectangular dice button sitting under various areas of Polyplex. Clicking that will randomize parameters. But before I start rolling the dice, I like this kick drum I created earlier and I want to keep it, but I'd like to randomize the other sounds in the kit. So what I'm going to do is detoggle its dot button here to lock it in its current state and exclude it from upper level randomization. So now when I click on this dice button up in the main header, all the parameters throughout the kit that feature dice buttons with enabled dot indicators will be randomized. As I click, notice how I'm generating completely new kits and sound combos on a global scale. But my kick remains as the other sounds change because I detached that sound from randomization. If you skip past something good when randomizing, just hit this undo button to go back to the previous settings. I like how this sound is working with the kick. So again, I'll switch off its dot to detach it from my global kit randomization. I'd quite like to zoom in and focus on this sound here. Moving down in the hierarchy, I can spin an individual sound's dice button to scramble its layers and parameters that feature active randomization buttons without affecting the other 7 sounds in the kit. When a dice button's dot is deactivated, I can still click and roll its dice to manually scramble those individual settings. Also note that you can easily control the degree of change. I'll solo this sound so you can hear more clearly. The horizontal position of your click within a rectangle dice button determines the amount of randomization. The further right I click in the button, the more randomization will be applied. The nearer to the left side I click, the less parameters will be randomized. And going deeper still, specific layer parameters within a sound can also be randomized. Higher level settings will remain unrandomized, so this is a top-down process. Once you're used to this dice rolling strategy, you can of course head in and tweak individual settings. Each sound has 4 layers, but you don't need to use all 4. Click a layer's speaker icon to mute it. With these buttons you can also reverse a layer, flip it between stereo and mono, invert its polarity, and also lock just that layer from randomization. I'm liking this sound now, so again I can deactivate the coloured dot to lock it and completely exclude the section from randomization. So as you've seen, this is a really creative way to generate new layer combos. And then zoom in, tweak and lock sounds that you're happy with. I can detoggle sections I like and they'll be locked. I can keep anything lit that I want to change and keep rolling its dice. And just to recap, like I said earlier, clicking on the left of the dice button means less randomization and clicking on the right means more randomization. So clicking in the center of the button can be a nice middle ground. You can zip around Polyplex's interface and shake up the settings you want with your mouse click position, but then lock settings that you're happy with. It is a random process, but you have as much control as you want, which is really inspiring when you want to run with an idea. So that's all from me. This has been a very quick demo just to show you how easy it is to generate percussive inspiration in a very short amount of time. Hopefully you can take these ideas and adapt them to your own productions, whether you're making techno or any other genre of electronic music. To check out Polyplex and to download a demo, make sure you head to the Native Instruments website. Until next time, thanks for watching.